Hello everyone, welcome once again to Best Recipes with Sharon. And today's episode is about how to make deluxe sour cream apple pie. This is something a little different than the usual, so stay with me and we'll get right to making this. Now I start by using the flaky pie crust recipe, and I have that recipe on a different video. And I had some dough already made up ahead and in the fridge, so I let it warm up to room temperature, then I rolled it out and placed it in a 9-inch pie plate. And you can use whatever apples you happen to have on hand. Today I have a few Macintosh and Ida Reds. And I peeled a lot of apples, and that's not just because I'm doing this pie, I'm also doing a few other pies at the same time. So don't worry about the amount of apples I've peeled. For today's recipe, you're only going to need probably about 2.5 cups of chopped apples. Let's get on to making the recipe for the filling. So add 2.5 cups of diced apples into a large mixing bowl. Then add 3/4 cup of white sugar. Now add 1 large egg. And then 1 cup of sour cream. And half a teaspoon of vanilla. Then add 2 tablespoons of flour. Finally, 1/8 teaspoon of salt. Using your large spoon, stir that until the mixture is well incorporated and all the apples are nicely covered. You can see the consistency is nice and creamy here. Now we'll take this filling and pour it into an unbaked pie shell. Being sure to spread it out evenly to the sides. And your oven should be preheated to 400 degrees. Then go ahead and place it in the oven on the middle rack. Now only bake it for about 10 minutes at 400 degrees. Then turn it down to 350 degrees Fahrenheit and continue baking it for about another 25 minutes. And while the pie is baking, we'll get on to making the crumb topping. We'll start with a medium-sized bowl and add 1/3 cup of flour. And also add 1/3 cup of white sugar. Now add 1 teaspoon of cinnamon. Then take 1/4 cup of cold butter and slice it into the bowl. And make sure that my hands are clean and I get my hands right in there and mix it up until it's crumbly. And that's why you need your butter cold, so that it will crumble. You remove your pie from the oven and start placing the crumbs on the top of the pie. Make sure to spread it out evenly and coat the whole top of the pie. And you'll have just enough of this topping to cover the pie nicely, so use it all up. Now then, take the pie and place it back in the oven, still at 350 degrees, for about another 15 minutes, or until the top is nicely golden and the apples are tender. So there you have a deluxe sour cream apple pie. It's very delicious and different than the traditional apple pie. And it's pleasantly sweet and creamy, and with that nice delicious crusted topping on top, it just adds an extra touch. And now with apple season on us again, it's a good time to try something new. So I hope you liked this video and give it a thumbs up. Take care everyone, and I'll talk to you next time. Now go make some pie.